Hello, good morning students. Welcome in SBIT online classes. मैं रामपाल प्रजापत from electrical department. So dear students, in our today class we will discuss on power system first, part 25. For today class our topic is introduction of circuit breakers. So in this section we will discuss about the circuit breaker and its functions, types of circuit breaker and arc interruption theories. So first we discuss what is a circuit breaker. Circuit breaker is a switching device which is used to trip the circuit in normal as well as abnormal conditions. In normal conditions, circuit breaker trip the circuit for maintenance purpose. But in abnormal conditions means when a fault occurs in the system, circuit breaker receive input from the relay and it trip the circuit and also isolate the healthy part of the system from the faulty part of the system. So during this process, circuit breaker operates automatically. So basic function of circuit breaker is as a switch which trips the circuit automatically as the input received from the relay. So basic construction of any circuit breaker requires separation of contact in an insulating fluid. A insulating fluid serves two functions. First is it extinguishes the arc drawn between the contact when circuit breaker open. Second function is it provides adequate insulation between the contacts and from earth contact each contact to earth. So a basic circuit breaker consists of two parts. There are two contacts of a circuit breaker in which one is a fixed contact. Suppose this is fixed contact and this is movable contact. In normal conditions, both fixed and movable contacts are closed or are in contact. But in abnormal conditions, a movable contact moves against the fixed contact and provides a gap between the contacts. So during this process, when circuit breaker trip the circuit and movable contact of circuit breaker move from the contact of fixed position. So voltage across the contacts of circuit breaker appears large and also current density at the tip of the contact becomes high, due to which there may be a problem of arcing between the contacts of circuit breaker. So to distinguish this arc, an insulating fluid is required between the contacts of the circuit breaker. So, according to the requirement of insulating fluid, circuit breakers are named. Insulating fluid. This is air gap or a gap between the contacts. So insulating fluid serve two functions. First is it extinguishes the arc between the contacts, and second function is it provides insulation between the contacts or contact to the earth. So many insulating fluids are used for arc extinction, and the fluid use depends upon the rating and type of circuit breaker. Insulating fluids commonly used for circuit breaker are: first is air at atmospheric pressure, compressed air, oil with produced hydrogen for arc extinction, ultra high vacuum, and aseptic gas. So according to the insulating fluid, circuit breakers are classified as air circuit breaker, air blast circuit breaker, oil circuit breaker. These are of two types. One is bulk oil and second is minimum oil. Next is vacuum circuit breaker, and next is aseptic circuit breaker. So most commonly used circuit breakers for high rating is aseptic circuit breaker, in which sulfur hexafluoride gas is used as a insulating fluid. So now we discuss about the arc interruption theories. We know that arc between the contacts is the phenomena of ionization of the gas particles or air particles between the contacts of the circuit breaker. So to interrupt this arc, there are some methods. So first, arc interruption theory. When a short circuit on a system occurs, relay give a signal to the circuit breaker to trip and isolate the healthy section of the system from the faulted section without causing any harm to the system or itself. Means a circuit breaker isolates the healthy part of the system from the faulty part without causing any harm to the system and itself also. Means there should not be any harm in the system, or we can say that a circuit breaker should operate as fast as possible so that during fault or abnormal condition there may not be any damage in the system or itself also. So there are two methods by which arc interruption is done. One is high resistance method and second is low resistance method, which is also known as current zero interruption method. Basic funda of high resistance method is we have to increase resistance between the contacts of the circuit breaker, and in low resistance method means there should be a low resistance between the contacts of circuit breaker, or circuit breaker should be operate when there is a current zero position at the contact of the circuit breaker. So first in high resistance method, arc resistance is increased in time to such a high value that it forces the current to reach zero without possibility of arc being restricted. Therefore, the rating at which resistance is increased or the current is decreased is not abnormal so as to cause harmful induced voltage in the system. So the arc resistance between the contacts of circuit breaker may be increased due to any or all of the demonizing methods which discussed earlier, that is cooling, lengthening and splitting of the arc. Cooling means we have to provide cooling between the contacts of circuit breaker, which is possible by providing cool air between the contacts of circuit breaker. Second is lengthening. Lengthening means by increasing the distance between the contacts of circuit breaker, we can reduce the arc between the contacts. And next is splitting. Splitting means we have to split the arc into the sections. So, to serve this purpose, arc splitters are required. Now, because of the resistive nature of the arc discharge, most of the energy in the system will be received by the circuit breaker. So therefore, while designing the circuit breaker, provision of mechanical strength to withstand such sudden release of large quantities of energy must be made. So this is the main drawback of this method of arc interruption. So this method is therefore used for low and medium power AC circuit breakers and in DC circuit breakers. Simply in high resistance method, there is a loss of energy, which is I square R loss, due to which there is a heating between the contacts of circuit breaker, which may damage the circuit breaker, due to which this method of arc interruption is used only for low and medium power AC circuit breakers and in DC circuit breakers. Second method is low resistance method or current zero method. In this method is used only in circuit breaker. This is the most important. Is zero or current zero interruption method is only used in AC circuit breaker, because we know that a AC waveform is an alternating waveform which changes with respect to time, and we have to interrupt the circuit at current zero position, which is possible only in AC circuits, not in DC circuit, because DC is a direct current and there is no alternating, means there is no change in current with respect to time. So this method is only used in AC circuit breaker. Interruption, because there is a natural zero of current present in such systems. In AC system, supply is at 50 Hz. There are 100 zero periods per second. Means in a AC cycle, there are 100 zero within a second. So this property of AC circuit is exploited for interruption purpose, and the current is not allowed to rise again after a zero occurs. Also, it is neither necessary or nor desirable to cut off the current at any other point on the AC wave, because this will induce high voltage in the system. Simply, it means in current zero interruption method, we have to interrupt the circuit at current zero position, not at other position, because we interrupt the circuit at other position or at not current zero position, there will induce high voltage in the system, which may damage to the system of the circuit breaker. So the phenomena of arc extinction is explained by two theories. This zero current phenomena consists of two theories. One is energy balance theory and second is voltage race theory. First theory is energy balance theory. What is the statement of this theory? According to this theory, this theory is based on the fact that if the rate at which heat is generated between the contacts of the circuit breaker is lower than the rate at which heat between the contacts is dissipated, then the arc will extinguish, otherwise it will restrike. It means, simply, the statement of energy balance theory is, if the rate of heat generation between the contact of circuit breaker is less than the rate of heat dissipation between the contacts of the circuit breaker, so in this case arc will extinguish. Otherwise, if the rate of heat generation is greater than rate of heat dissipation, then arc will restrike between the contacts of the circuit breaker. So this theory states that rate of heat generation should be less than rate of heat dissipation, so that arc can be extinguished between the contacts of the circuit breaker. Next, the heat generated vary from time to time depending upon the separation of contacts. Initially, when the contacts are about to open, the restriking voltage is zero and therefore heat generated is zero. Again, when the contacts are fully open, the resistance between the contacts is almost infinite and hence the heat generated is zero. Simply it means, initially when the contacts of circuit breakers are yet to be open, so in this case there is no current, or in second case when the contacts of circuit breaker are completely open, then there is infinite resistance between the contacts of the circuit breaker, due to which there is no heat generation. So arc will not be developed between the contacts of the circuit breaker. Second theory is voltage race theory. So according to this theory, arc is as the arc is said earlier, is due to the ionization of the air between the gaps. So effectively, the resistance in initial stage is small, and as the contact separate, resistance increase. So the problem here is to remove the electrons and ions from the contact gap immediately after the current reach 0, because it is this stage where the ionization is at minimum, and if the ions could be removed either by recombining them into neutral molecules or by sweeping them away by inserting insulation at a rate faster than the rate of ionization, then arc will tilt. Simple meaning of this theory is, we know that arc is the phenomena of ionization of air particles between the contacts of the circuit breaker. So this theory states that if the ionized particles of air between the contact gap are either swept or deionized by any method, then there will be no arc between the contacts of the circuit breaker. Means if there are no ionizing particles between the air gap, so there will be no arc between the contacts. The recombination can be accelerated by cooling and increasing the pressure in the arc space. So this can be achieved by cooling method or by increasing the pressure in arc space. Cooling means we have to provide cooling medium between the contacts of the gap, which can be achieved by passing a gas or air at high pressure between the contact gaps, so that ionizing particles are removed from the gap and new deionized particles come between the contact gaps, so that arc is unable to restrike. This is the statement of voltage range theory. Next, the ionization of current 0 depends upon the voltage appearing between the contacts. So this voltage is known as restriking voltage. It depends upon the power factor and other factors of the circuit like the inductance and capacitance. The expression for voltage is given by, for a lossless system, V is equal to V cos 1 minus cos T upon under root LC. This is the expression for restriking voltage. Restriking voltage means it is the voltage between the contacts of the circuit breaker when arc starts again between the gap of the contacts. Then this voltage is known as restriking voltage. Simply, when the voltage between across the contact of circuit breaker is greater than restriking voltage, then arc will induce between the contacts of the gap. Or if the voltage across the terminal of circuit breaker is less than restriking voltage, then there will be no arc between the contact of the circuit breaker. So in this waveform represents voltage and current waveform. So system voltage is sinusoidal, which is represented with dotted sign, and current is lagging by angle phi. So fault current is this. It is also sinusoidal. Now the circuit breaker trip the circuit when the current is at 0, means at this point. So when circuit trip the circuit, circuit breaker trips the circuit, there is a restriking voltage, means there is sudden rise of voltage across the contact of the circuit breaker. So if this voltage is greater than restriking voltage, then again arc will introduce or induce between the contact of the circuit breaker. So this waveform represents the restriking voltage at which arc may again restrike or restrict between the contacts. Now definition of restriking voltage is the resultant transient voltage which appear across the breaker contacts at the instant of arc extinction is known as restriking voltage. Second is recovery voltage. Definition of recovery voltage is the power frequency RMS voltage that appear across the breaker contact after the transient oscillations die out and final extinction of arc has been resulted in all the poles is called recovery voltage. It means recovery voltage is the voltage across the contact of circuit breaker in steady state case when there is no arc between the contact of circuit breakers and circuit breakers terminals are fully open. Now expression for RRV. What is triple RV? It is rate of rise of restriking voltage. It means at which rate restriking voltage increase. So the average RRV, rate of restriking and recovery voltage or rate of rise of restriking voltage is equal to peak value of restriking voltage upon time taken to reach to the peak value. Simply, peak value of restriking voltage is Vm or time taken to reach the peak value is pi under root LC upon 2. So it is 2 Vm upon pi under root LC. So we rewriting the equation, triple restriking voltage is V R is equal to Vm cosec 1 minus cos T upon under root LC. So RRV is given by differentiation of V, that is dV by dt, and differentiation of this equation is Vm upon under root LC sin of T under root LC, because we know that differentiation of constant is 0 and differentiation of cos theta is equal to minus of sin theta. Or if there is cos omega t, then differentiation is equal to minus of sin omega t upon omega, where omega is under root LC. So this is maximum when T upon under root LC is equal to pi by 2. Means rate of rise of restriking voltage will be maximum when sin omega t or sin theta is equal to 1. Sin theta is equal to means theta is equal to 90 degree, that is equal to pi by 2, which is possible when T upon under root LC is equal to pi by 2 or T is equal to pi by 2 under root LC and the value is Vm upon under root LC, means final value or maximum value of RRRV is Vm upon under root LC. So this is the basic introduction of circuit breakers we have discussed here. So thank you for today class. In next class we will discuss about the chopping, current chopping phenomena and resistance switching in a circuit breaker.